So, Sophia, before we dive into today's main topic, can we just do a super quick throwback to last week's episode? Because honestly, my mind is still wandering along the East Coast.
Oh, I totally get it. Last week, we broke down that massive contrast between Hualien and Taitung, that whole slow-living, world-class surfing, and spiritual digital nomad paradise down there. If any of you missed that episode, guys, definitely go back and give it a listen.
Yeah, absolutely. But today, we are shifting gears completely. We are coming back up north to dive super deep into the Greater Taipei area, specifically Taipei City and New Taipei City.
Right, because while Hualien and Taitung draw in people looking to escape the city hustle, Taipei and New Taipei are where the vast majority of expats actually build their long-term professional lives in Taiwan. But here's the interesting thing. The expat community in Taipei isn't just one big monolith. It's actually made up of 4 very distinct hubs, or what I like to call quartets.
Monolith. That's a great word to start with, Sophia. A monolith means something huge, uniform, and completely unchanging. But Taipei's expat community is anything but uniform. It's super diverse. Let's break down these 4 major hubs, starting with number 1, the traditional expat village. We're talking about Tianmu and Shilin.
Ah, Tianmu. Honestly, Alex, whenever I walk through the streets of Tianmu, I almost forget I'm in Taipei for a second. Why do you think diplomatic staff, diplomats, and high-level corporate executive families love it so much there?
Well, historically, it actually goes back to the period when U.S. military housing was built in that area. Because of that historical urban planning, the streets are unusually wide, traffic is lighter, and there's a ton of green space, like Tianmu Sports Park and the Huangxi Brook Trail. But the real game changer for expat families is the international school chain.
Oh, 100%. You've got the Taipei American School TAS, the Taipei European School TES, and the Japanese school all right there next to each other. It creates a complete K through 12 Western-style education ecosystem. K through 12, for our listeners who might not know, just means kindergarten all the way through 12th grade, or high school graduation.
Exactly. And the commercial vibe reflects that too. You have high-end imported grocery stores like Mia Sabon and Breeze Super, plus independent European bakeries, authentic American diners, and foreign-owned bars that have been operating for decades. It feels very relaxed, almost suburban, and totally different from the bustling pace of downtown Taipei.
But then, if you leave Tianmu and head south into the financial heart of the city, the energy changes completely, right? That brings us to our second hub, Xinyi, Da'an, and Zhongshan, the corporate elite and high-end nightlife social circle.
Oh, for sure. This is where the white-collar professionals, tech executives, finance guys, multinational country managers, and foreign entrepreneurs hang out. In Xinyi District, everything revolves around Taipei 101, the World Trade Center, and those massive corporate towers. The expats living around Xinyi Anhe, or Elephant Mountain, rely heavily on the MRT Bannan and Tamsui Xinyi lines.
And Da'an District is a bit different, right? Like Qingtian Street, Yongkang Street, or around Da'an Forest Park. It feels a bit more refined and cultured.
Yeah, Da'an is the ultimate choice for single expats or couples without kids who want high-end living with a rich, historic, cultural vibe. You can grab a flat white at an independent specialty coffee shop in the morning and walk to a high-end bistro in the evening. And let's not forget Zhongshan District. Around Tiaotong and Qifeng Street, you'll find a massive population of Japanese and Korean business professionals and senior managers.
Oh, I love Chifeng Street. The Japanese izakayas, local hidden bars, and that unique, slightly nostalgic nightlife scene over there are just incredible. But okay, Alex, what about foreign students, language learners, or people coming to Taiwan to teach English? Where do they hang out?
That brings us to hub number 3. Guting, Shida, and Gongguan. This is the student, language teacher, and young creative hub.
Because it's located right next to 2 academic powerhouses, National Taiwan Normal University, NTNU, and National Taiwan University, NTU. NTNU's Mandarin Training Center, or MTC, is world famous for teaching Chinese to foreign students.
It really is. The culture in Guting and Shida is super inclusive, vibrant, and tolerant. The alleyways are packed with cheap local eats, cozy independent cafes, secondhand bookstores, and lots of LGBTQ-friendly bars and venues.
And the social scene there moves so fast. People are generally younger, very passionate, and super active on Facebook expat groups, Meetup, or organizing language exchanges.
Language exchange. That's when you teach someone your native language, like English or French, while they teach you Mandarin. It's easily the best way for newcomers to build a social network in Taipei.
Now, what about foreign residents who want more living space? Or maybe they're remote workers on a tighter budget? That leads us straight into hub number 4. Tamsui, Sindian, and Banqiao, the New Taipei connection.
Man, New Taipei City has become so attractive lately. Take Tamsui or Hangshulin, for example. You're situated right between the Green Mountains and the ocean. Rent out there can be 1/3 to half of what you'd pay for a tiny studio in central Taipei.
Wow, half the price? That's massive. I mean, sure, the commute into the city center on the Tamsui-Xinyi MRT line takes longer, but if you're a digital nomad or remote worker who doesn't need to punch in at a physical office every single day, why wouldn't you choose that extra living space and ocean view?
Right. And on the southern end, you have Xindian, especially areas like the Jiangbei rehousing zone. It's close to the mountains, super family-friendly, and the Songshan-Xindian MRT line takes you straight into downtown Taipei without any transfers. It's ideal for expat families who want a higher quality of living space for their kids without paying astronomical city prices.
So, Alex, looking at these 4 hubs, it's clear Greater Taipei has a spot for almost everyone. But let's step back for a minute. What are the core attractions that make foreigners pick Taipei in the first place? What's the secret sauce?
Honestly, number 1, hands down, has to be the extreme convenience of a car-free lifestyle.
Oh, absolutely. Coming from North America or Western Europe, where you literally need to own a car just to buy groceries or get a haircut, living in Taipei feels like living in the future. The MRT network is legendary. It's super punctual, clean, safe, and the strict rule against eating or drinking keeps it absolutely spotless.
Plus, the micromobility ecosystem is unbeatable. You've got high-density U-bike stations on almost every corner, dedicated bus lanes, and super cheap Ubers or taxis to solve that classic last-mile problem.
Last mile problem? That's a great phrase for our English learners to note. It refers to that short distance between a public transit station, like an MRT stop, and your final destination, like your front door. And in Taipei, U-bikes fix that problem instantly.
Not to mention the 24/7 convenience store ecosystem. 7. 11 and Family Mart aren't just places to grab a quick snack. You can pay your utilities, collect online packages, print documents, buy high-speed rail tickets. They are basically the daily nerve center of living in Taiwan.
So true. Now, what about healthcare? I hear so many expats rave about Taiwan's medical system compared to back home.
Oh, it's truly world-class. Once expats receive their Alien Resident Certificate, or ARC, they can enroll in Taiwan's National Health Insurance System, the NHI. Major medical centers like NTU Hospital, Mackay Memorial, Shinkang Hospital, and Taipei Medical University Hospital all have dedicated international medical centers with fully English fluent doctors and staff. It completely eliminates the terror and anxiety of getting sick in a foreign country where you don't speak the local language well.
And let's talk about safety. As a woman, walking down a dark alleyway at 2 a.m. in Taipei without feeling stressed or looking over your shoulder, or leaving your laptop on a coffee shop table while you go to the bathroom without worrying it's going to get stolen, that level of low-crime peace of mind is practically unheard of in many Western capitals.
It really is a huge reason why so many people come here for a 1-year teaching contract and end up staying for 10 years. But hey, Sophia, we gotta keep it completely honest and balanced with our listeners. Living in Taipei isn't all sunshine, convenience, and bubble tea. What are some of the hidden challenges or pain points expats face when settling down here?
Well, honestly, the absolute biggest hurdle is the rental housing market. Renting in Taipei City can be brutal. A massive percentage of available apartments are older walk-ups, meaning third, fourth, or fifth floor walk-ups with no elevator, and they often suffer from dampness, humidity, or even peeling wall mold due to Taiwan's wet climate.
Yeah, dampness, that means trapped moisture in the air or building structures. And because of language barriers, age discrimination, or cultural prejudice, some local landlords are quite hesitant to rent to foreign tenants, which makes house hunting extremely frustrating and exhausting.
And then there's the financial and administrative friction. Opening a local bank account, applying for a credit card, or securing a housing mortgage as an expat can feel like jumping through endless administrative hoops with strict financial screening. Even though the government is pushing hard for a bilingual environment, a lot of official banking documents, tax forms, and contracts are still exclusively in complex Chinese characters.
Man, don't get me started on the weather either. The Taipei Basin creates this unique microclimate where summers are brutally hot, humid, and suffocating, while winters are, well, it's a damp, penetrating cold.
Oh, I know. Foreigners from Canada, Germany, or Russia always complain that 12 degrees Celsius in Taipei feels way colder than sub-zero temperatures back home, simply because there is no central heating in most apartments and the air humidity is so incredibly high.
Exactly. And lastly, we have to talk about the career advancement ceiling. While expat executives sent on corporate packages by multinational firms earn fantastic compensation, locally hired foreign talent often face a much lower salary scale compared to regional financial hubs like Hong Kong, Singapore, or Tokyo. Career advancement can sometimes hit a salary ceiling.
Right. So while Greater Taipei offers unmatched safety, convenience, healthcare, and culture, you definitely have to weigh those factors against real-world hurdles like career growth, housing quality, and climate adaptation.
Well said, Sophia. Greater Taipei really is a fascinating, complex, and multifaceted place to live. Whether you're drawn to the international family vibe of Tianmu, the high-powered corporate pace of Xinyi, the youthful student energy in Guting, or the spacious suburban lifestyle in New Taipei City, there's a distinct corner for everyone.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode, guys. We hope this deep dive gave you a much richer, clearer picture of what expat life in Taipei and New Taipei actually looks like.
If you enjoyed this episode and learned a few new English words along the way, don't forget to hit subscribe, leave us a review, and share this podcast with anyone who is thinking about moving to Taiwan or learning English. Until next time.
Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.